I added Jaguar to F1 22, put all the settings to automatic, and simulated 10 seasons. How good will they do? Stay tuned to find out. My name is Chris, welcome back to CFRacing, and enjoy the video. Hello everybody, what's going on? Chris here, otherwise known as CFRacing, and we're back with another simulation video, and this is one of the most requested simulation videos that you guys have put in my comment sections and basically everywhere where you can post requests for simulations. And today, guys, I am simulating Jaguar, and I am using an HSBC Jaguar mod from Scotty. All his links are going to be in the description down below, so huge shout out to Scotty for making this mod. It is a great My Team mod, and once again, go check him out. Links are in the description. So before the admin of this video starts, if you guys are new here and you enjoy simulation content like this from me, then go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe, share with your friends, comment down below what simulation I should do next. And with that being said, guys, let's get into the admin for Jaguar. So for the main driver for all 10 seasons, I am using a Formula 1 legend, an Australian legend, Red Bull's first ever, I believe, #1 driver, and this is going to be Mark Webber, as he drove for Jaguar before Red Bull bought them out. The second driver is a pretty fun driver. I don't think he ever drove for Jaguar, but still a pretty fun legacy driver, and Mark Webber's teammate for the first couple seasons at least is going to be 2009 world champion Jenson Button. The engine supplier I went for is the Red Bull power unit, as Red Bull did buy out Jaguar to create the Red Bull team. They're going to be starting off as a midfield team, and here, last but not least, is the livery for Jaguar. In 2022, Max Verstappen wins his second ever World Drivers' Championship as he takes 8 wins on the year, 321 points to finish in P1. Charles Leclerc takes 6 wins, 282 points to finish in P2. George Russell takes 2 wins, 241 points to finish in P3. And for Jaguar, Mark Webber takes 74 points to finish in P7, and Jenson Button takes 54 points to finish in P9. In the constructor standings, Red Bull win their first constructors title since 2013, followed by Mercedes P2, Ferrari P3, Jaguar joined Formula 1 and finish in P4, great job for them, Alpine P5, McLaren P6, Alfa Romeo P7, AlphaTauri P8, Haas P9, Aston Martin P10, and Williams in dead last. In the driver transfer market, Fernando Alonso decides to retire from Formula 1, and Sebastian Vettel decides to retire from Formula 1. That moves Lance Stroll to Alpine, Valtteri Bottas goes to Aston Martin, Dan Ticktum goes to Alfa Romeo, Zhou Guanyu goes to Aston Martin, and Robert Schwartzman goes to Alfa Romeo. And in the regulation change department, there is a regulation change to the power and durability departments. In 2023, George Russell wins his first ever World Drivers' Championship, and this was one of the most interesting seasons actually so far, as Charles Leclerc finishes in P2 with 4 wins, 252 points. Hamilton finishes in 3rd with 3 wins, 256 points. Max Verstappen takes no wins, 243 points to finish in P4. And Lando Norris takes his first ever win in Formula 1, taking 123 points to finish in P6. It was an even better season for Jaguar, as Mark Webber finishes in P8 with 93 points, and Jenson Button finishes in P9 with 84 points. Mercedes win their, first constructors title, I guess, since 2021. It's really not been that long. Ferrari finish in P2, followed by Red Bull P3, Jaguar P4, McLaren P5, Haas P6, Alpine P7, Aston Martin P8, Williams P9, AlphaTauri P10, and Alfa Romeo in dead last. In the driver transfer market, Carlos Sainz at the age of like 28 retires from Formula 1. That moves Goat Tiffy to Ferrari, Felipe Drugovich goes to Williams, Zhou Guanyu goes to Alfa Romeo, and Dan Ticktum goes to Aston Martin. And lastly, there is no regulation change heading into 2024. In 2024, Lewis Hamilton finally wins his 8th World Drivers' Championship, taking 6 wins on the year, 283 points to finish in P1. Charles Leclerc takes 3 wins, 271 points to finish in P2. George Russell takes 6 wins, 260 points to finish in P3. Lando Norris takes 222 points to finish in P4. Max Verstappen takes 1 win, 132 points to finish in P5. Mark Webber takes 95 points to finish in P6. And Jenson Button takes 90 points to finish in P7. Mercedes win their 2nd consecutive Constructors title of the simulation, followed by McLaren in P2, Ferrari P3, Red Bull P4, Jaguar P5, Alpine P6, Haas P7, AlphaTauri P8, Williams P9, Aston Martin P10, and Alfa Romeo in dead last. And after winning his 8th World Drivers' Championship, Lewis Hamilton decides to pull a Rosberg and retires from Formula 1. And that moves Sergio Perez to Mercedes, Esteban Ocon to Red Bull, Alexander Albon to Alpine, Zhou Guanyu to Williams, Oscar Piastri joins F1 and goes to Alfa Romeo. And in the regulation change department, there is a regulation change to the power and chassis departments. In 2025, Lando Norris wins his first ever World Drivers' Championship as he takes 8 wins on the year, 337 points to finish in P1. George Russell takes 6 wins, 266 points to finish in P2. Max Verstappen takes 2 wins, 242 points to finish in P3. Mark Webber takes 105 points to finish in P7. And Jenson Button takes 62 points to finish in P9. McLaren win their first Constructors title since the 90s, followed by Mercedes in P2, Red Bull P3, Jaguar P4, Ferrari P5, Alpine P6, Haas P7, Aston Martin P8, AlphaTauri P9, Alfa Romeo P10, and Williams in dead last. In the driver transfer market, Max Verstappen decides to retire from Formula 1. That moves Jehan Daruvala to Red Bull, Felipe Drugovich to Alpine, and Lance Stroll to Williams. And in the regulation change department, there is a regulation change to the aero and durability departments heading into 2026. In 2026, Charles Leclerc wins his first ever World Drivers' Championship as he takes 7 wins, 318 points to finish in P1. Lando Norris takes 7 wins, 261 points to finish in P2. George Russell takes 238 points to finish in P3. Mark Webber takes 1 win, 169 points to finish in P4. And Jenson Button takes 163 points to finish in P5. McLaren win their 2nd consecutive Constructors title of the simulation, followed by Mercedes P3, Ferrari P4, Jaguar P5, Red Bull P6, Alpine P7, Haas P8, Williams P9, AlphaTauri P9, Aston Martin P10, and Alfa Romeo in dead last. In the driver transfer market, Kevin Magnussen goes to Alfa Romeo, Oscar Piastri goes to Haas, Zhou Guanyu goes to Red Bull, Robert Schwartzman goes to Williams, Liam Lawson goes to Alfa Romeo, Jehan Daruvala goes to Aston Martin, and Dan Ticktum heads to free agency. And heading into 2027, there is no regulation change. In 2027, Lando Norris wins his 2nd World Drivers' Championship of the simulation as he takes 11 wins, 347 points to finish in P1. Mark Webber takes 1 win, 244 points to finish in P2. Jenson Button takes 234 points to finish P3. George Russell takes 2 wins, 210 points to finish in P4. And Charles Leclerc takes 2 wins, 174 points to finish in P5. McLaren win their 3rd consecutive Constructors title of the simulation, followed by Jaguar in P2, Mercedes P3, Ferrari P4, Red Bull P5, Alpine P6, AlphaTauri P7, Williams P8, Haas P9, Alfa Romeo P10, and Aston Martin in dead last. In the driver transfer market, George Russell decides to retire from Formula 1. That moves Charles Leclerc to Mercedes, Christian Lundgaard goes to Ferrari, Oscar Piastri goes to Jaguar, Teo Pourchaire goes to Haas, Robert Schwartzman goes to Alfa Romeo, Liam Lawson goes to Williams, Dan Ticktum goes to McLaren, and that leaves Daniel Ricciardo and Jenson Button as free agents. And in the regulation change department, there is a regulation change to aero and power heading in to 2028. In 2028, Lando Norris wins his 3rd World Drivers' Championship of the simulation as he takes 10 wins, 309 points to finish in P1. Charles Leclerc takes 5 wins, 293 points to finish in P2. Mark Webber takes 1 win, 197 points to finish in P3. And Oscar Piastri takes 83 points to finish in P7. McLaren win their 4th consecutive of the simulation, followed by Mercedes in P2, Jaguar P3, Red Bull P4, Ferrari P5, Williams P6, Aston Martin P7, AlphaTauri P8, Alpine P9, Alfa Romeo P10, and everybody say it with me, and Haas in dead last. In the driver transfer market, Daniel Ricciardo decides to retire from Formula 1. That moves Yuri Vips to Alfa Romeo, Teo Pourchaire to AlphaTauri, Lance Stroll goes to Ferrari, Richard Verschoor goes to Haas, Yuki Tsunoda goes to Williams, and that leaves Robert Schwartzman and Christian Lundgaard as free agents. And heading into 2029, there is a regulation change to the chassis departments. In 2029, Lando Norris wins his 4th World Drivers' Championship of the simulation as he takes 12 wins, 383 points to finish in P1. Charles Leclerc takes 4 wins, 296 points to finish in P2. Mark Webber takes 136 points to finish in P6. And Oscar Piastri takes 36 points to finish in P9. McLaren win their 5th consecutive of the simulation, followed by Mercedes P2, Ferrari P3, Jaguar P4, Red Bull P5, Williams P6, Alpine P7, Alfa Romeo P8, AlphaTauri P9, Haas P10, and Aston Martin in dead last. In the driver transfer market, Yuki Tsunoda decides to retire from Formula 1, Robert Schwartzman goes to Williams, Nicholas Latifi goes to AlphaTauri, Pierre Gasly goes to Ferrari, Alexander Albon goes to McLaren, Dan Ticktum goes to Alpine, and there is no regulation change heading into 2030. In 2030, Charles Leclerc wins his 2nd World Drivers' Championship of the simulation as he takes 11 wins, 323 points to finish in P1. Lando Norris takes 4 wins, 287 points to finish in P2. Mark Webber takes 1 win, 190 points to finish in P3. And Oscar Piastri takes 59 points to finish in P8. Mercedes win their 3rd Constructors' title of the simulation, followed by McLaren P2, Ferrari P3, Jaguar P4, Red Bull P5, Haas P6, Alfa Romeo P7, Williams P8, Alpine P9, AlphaTauri P10, and Aston Martin in dead last. In the driver transfer market, Christian Lundgaard goes to Alfa Romeo, Jack Aitken goes to Alpine, Marcus Armstrong goes to Aston Martin, Dan Ticktum heads to free agency, and heading into the final season of 2031, there is a major regulation change to aero power and durability, which will definitely shake up the grid for one more season. And in 2031, Season 10, Charles Leclerc wins his 3rd World Drivers' Championship of the simulation as he takes 12 wins, 342 points to finish in P1. Lando Norris takes 2 wins, 277 points to finish in P2. Pierre Gasly takes 2 wins, 198 points to finish in P3. Mark Webber takes 82 points to finish in P7. And Oscar Piastri takes 16 points to finish in P12. Mercedes win their 4th Constructors' title of the simulation, followed by McLaren P2, Ferrari P3, Red Bull P4, Jaguar P5, Haas P6, Alfa Romeo P7, Williams P8, AlphaTauri P9, Alpine P10, and Aston Martin in dead last. So guys, now it's time to take a look at the final stats for all 10 years. Taking a look at the final stats, they look like this. Lando Norris wins 4 World Drivers' Championships, followed by Charles Leclerc with 3, Max Verstappen with 1, George Russell with 1, and Lewis Hamilton with 1. I believe this is the most world champions that I've seen in a simulation so far. Half of the seasons have had a new world champion, which is pretty cool. In terms of wins, Lando Norris is on top with 55, followed by Charles Leclerc with 54, George Russell with 21, Max Verstappen with 11, Lewis Hamilton with 9, Mark Webber with 4, and Pierre Gasly with 2. And last, but certainly not least, in terms of World Constructors' Championships, McLaren had 5, Mercedes with 4, and Red Bull with 1. So guys, that is going to wrap it up for this simulation video. If you guys did enjoy and you want to see more simulation videos like this from me, then go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe, share with your friends, comment section down below what simulation you think I'm going to be doing next, or you want me to do next. Hint, hint, might be Coca-Cola. With that being said, see you guys next time. Goodbye.